Welcome students. In this session, we are going to learn about Braille devices and its types, description and relevance. Nowadays, there are a number of electronic devices available for students with visual impairment with advances in technology. There are several ways students can take notes. Some students may select to use their mobile phones, memory cards to obtain their class notes. The notes can be placed in memory for later retrievals. By using Braille note-taking devices, it is important to teach parts and its functions as well as how to access the options menu of an electronic device. Once the student learns how to use the device, it is important to monitor the students and help to assist during the troubleshooting. The skills needed to use electronic devices. For the effective use of electronic devices, it is needed to impart the following skills to students with visual impairment. Turn on/off of the device, locating Braille keypad, locating various key options, locating back key, locating forwarding key, changing the speech settings and other techniques involved in operating the devices. Now let us see what is a Braille display. A Braille display is a device typically attachable to a computer keyboard that allows a blind person to read the contents of a display. One text line at a time in the form of a line of a Braille characters. Each Braille character consists of 6 or 8 movable pins in a rectangular array. The screen reader will then translate the text in Braille and the device will display it on its built-in Braille sets. To create the Braille dots in each cell, Braille displays use metal or nylon pins. Most Braille displays have 8 dots in each cell. Braille displays are refreshable. Do you know what is refreshable Braille display? A refreshable Braille display or Braille terminal is an electromechanical device for displaying Braille characters, usually by means of round-tipped pins raised through holes in a flat surface. Blind computer users who cannot use a computer monitor can use it to read text output. A refreshable Braille display operates like a printer attached to a computer which is used to Braille copy of the text. Braille embossers may be attached to Braille note-taking device for the same purpose. With the use of Braille embossers, student is able to print a Braille copy of his or her personal notes and written work. Interpoint printers emboss Braille on both sides of the pages, conserving papers but much more expensive. Now, let us see electronic Braille note-taking devices and its features. Electronic Braille is produced using an electronic Braille display. They are also known as paperless, soft or refreshable Braille displays. Braille displays work with a screen reader. The devices is placed below a computer keyboard and enable the users to read what is on the computer screen by touching Braille. The Braille Note Touch is an impressive feat of hardware and software engineering. It is an Android tablet with full-fledged Braille support, a skinned and simplified interface running custom-built accessible programs, full visual display and the option but not requirement of using an external Braille keyboard. A Braille keyboard is a special input device that allows the users to type and enter the text or instructions for the computer in Braille. Now let us see about the Braille note takers. The Braille note takers are personal digital assistants for individuals who are blind or visually impaired. Input is through a Perkins-style Braille keyboard or a standard QWERTY keyboard. It can be used by the students to take notes in the class using Braille. Those notes may be transferred to a computer for storage or for to print format. Several note takers have word processors, calendars, calculators or clocks as like computers. And some note takers have attached with speech program along with Braille input and some has Braille display. It can be easily carried by the student because it looks like a book. The note takers are available from a wide range and they also providing customer service and doing follow-up and as well as it is available in online shopping. The recent models were attached with Bluetooth which will help them to use with mobile phones and with other Bluetooth devices as well as they can access with Wi-Fi. Braille embossers are printers. A Braille embosser is an impact printer that renders text as tactile Braille cells. Using Braille translation software, a document can be embossed with relative ease, making Braille production efficient and cost effective. Braille printers are devices connected to a computer that do the actual embossing of Braille onto thick, heavy weight paper. They work like a regular computer printer does, in that the user can print out letters, reports, and other files from the computer. Braille embossers receives data from computer devices and print the similar information in Braille paper. Braille embossers able to print single-sided or double-sided are called as interpoint printer and is able to produce 6 or 8 dot Braille per second. Speed of printing is called as CPS, line width, and weight of Braille paper are all differentiating factors of embossers. Most Braille embossers come with the following features: transcribe print text into embossed Braille output, speech feedback as you use the embosser. Embossers vary with printing speed, line width, and type and weight of paper used. Available in single or double-sided. It is important to consider the following capabilities: supporting grade 1 and grade 2 Braille, Braille page preview, supporting of formatting tables, mathematics and symbols, languages available, and types of files accepted. Now let us see the points to be considered while choosing a Braille embosser. We should remember the following points while selecting Braille embossers. They are: when seeing the features, we have to consider special characters or layout in Braille. For example, mathematics, scientific or music notations. Consider the Braille translation software chosen, as not all software provides the same features. Single-sided or double-sided print. Single-sided Braille embossers are ideal for occasional use. Double-sided Braille embossing reduces the number of pages and weight of finished document. This is ideal for those who carry their work around. Embossing speed measured in characters per second. This information will help you to decide, when looking at the volume of Braille you are going to produce, and how frequently you will use the embosser. Next, see, does it allow you to work in both print and Braille? Does it support graphics? Then see, does it need to be Braille typewriter? That is, have a Braille keyboard? Is the height of the characters adjustable, stationary or portable? Consider the weight of the embosser. Single-sided Braille embossers are more compact and transportable. Consider the environment in which the embosser will be used. Do you need a soundproof case? Next, what is its power source? For example, do you need to have a wall outlet available? Is it USB powered? What is the battery life of the device? Next, we have to see which is well suited. Whether it is well suited with your computer or device's operating system. That is there the right driver to work? Do you have the right connections, adapters or wireless support? For example, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi to connect. Does it come with built-in Braille translation software, and how well does that software work? What type of paper can be used for printing? How expensive is the paper? Next, we have to see the usability of the Braille embosser. How complex are the physical controls, and does the user need to make adjustments to these? Embossing speed. This information will help you decide, when looking at the volume of Braille you are going to produce, and how frequently you will use the embosser. To the next, we should see the support. What is the warranty available for the technology? How are repairs handled? For example, is there someone in your area? How will you get support if you need it? For example, a technician in the school, a local vendor, by telephone, by mail or remote access. Now let us learn the different types of Braille translation softwares. Before going to that, we should know what is Braille translation software. Braille translation software translates electronic documents into Braille code. From these files, a refreshable Braille display can present tactile Braille, or a Braille embosser can produce a hard copy on special paper. Commonly used products include Tuxbury Braille Translator and Braille 2000. There are number of software programs available for translating Braille into print and print into Braille. Braille translation software convert documents or other forms of digital text into a Braille form. These software systems may differ in editing capabilities and system compatibility. We can receive the product's features from the vendors. Now let us see an array of Braille translation softwares available for persons with visual impairment. Braille 2000. Braille 2000 is well suited with all machines running with Windows 95 through Windows 8. It supports in sharing of Braille form into the internet and able to use others. Next one is the Braille Blaster, a free open source Braille translation software jointly developed by ViewPlus, the American printing house for the blind, and by the Ability Soft, based on the LibLouis open source project and currently in development, but it can be downloaded. Duxbury Braille Translator. It supports a variety of embossers and works with Windows 2000 through Windows 8. The recent version works with Word 2000 to Word 2013 files as well as work with Excel and Open Office documents. And it is support to more than 130 languages and available with Braille mathematics capabilities and ability to import Braille music files produced by Goodfield Software. The next one is Firebird Software Suite. The Firebird Software Suite includes the Firebird Graphics Editor, which is used to develop tactile graphics on the Cyclone, Phoenix, and Trident embossers from enabling technologies. With this, we can open a number of image files and have side-by-side windows of the original image and the tactile graphic image. It is well matched with Windows XPW, Windows 7, and Windows 8. Goodfield Software. It converts music XML files, standard music notation software files into Braille form, and it converts music Braille files to music XML. Available with Lime Allowed, which is a notation editor that works with Goodfield and Jazz, and it is user friendly. Also, with the help of editing tools, can work with computer input or with MIDI keyboard input. Megadots. Megadot is a Windows DOS Braille translator. With this, we can transcribe many volumes of Braille into textbooks or other large print materials. It can import HTML, Word 2003 to 2013, Word Perfect, OpenOffice, and other file formats. It is available with automatic formatting features and with Braille mathematics capabilities. Tiger Software Suite. It consists 3 components: Tiger Formatter, Tiger Designer, and Tiger Translator Lite. Tiger Formatter works with Microsoft Word and Excel to convert text to Braille. Tiger Designer is used to produce tactile graphics design application, and Tiger Translator Lite translate text formats into Braille. Next, we are going to see about Braille paper. A specialized Braille paper is required for embossing. The regular printer paper is too thin to hold the shape of raised dots. Braille paper has varying thicknesses, therefore it is important to be aware of the type of paper that an embosser requires. If the paper is too thin, the embosser may punch holes through it instead of making raised dots. If the paper is too thick, it may damage the embosser. The standard Braille paper sizes are 8.5 inch by 11 inch and 11 inch by 11.5 inch. Braille paper also available in 3 different layout formats: continuous, cut sheet, and rolls. Continuous paper is used in tractor-fed printers. This paper has holes on its edges that enable it to be fed through the printer and is connected to the next sheet of the paper at the top and bottom. Cut sheet paper is pre-cut and does not have tractor feed edges. Rolls are used mainly for high capacity printing. There is also swell form paper which is used by graphic embossers. To conclude this, the electronic Braille devices and Braille embossers increasing the participation in the general curriculum and improve their academic performance. Also, it provides independency and as well as to save their time. It is important to select suitable and appropriate assistive devices, tools, and technologies according to the needs of the individual child. Assistive devices should not be inconvenient to the children, but it should provide independency and complete their works equally with their peer group. The students, whether blind or low vision, need to acquire required skills to manipulate assistive devices. The Braille embossers and softwares help the students to store, retrieve the information from the libraries and around the world through internet. Apart from that, the visually impaired can use electronic Braille devices for taking notes, studying for exams, doing research, and variety of other academic purposes.